Hey, it's Kelly from MXHideout. This YZ250 I've been tuning has been running lean on the pilot jet. So I want to share 5 signs that you can know that your pilot jet is too lean on your 2-stroke dirt bike. Number 1 sign that the pilot jet is too lean is if it's hard to start when the engine is cold. So cold engine just means it's the first time starting it in the day. The engine is air temperature. So if it takes 4 or 5 kicks or more and you're using proper kicking technique, which I just released in another video, so if you're using proper kicking technique and it's taken more than 3 kicks, your pilot jet might be too lean. This is because a cold engine likes a richer fuel mixture until it warms up. So it might be a little bit easier to start when the engine is hot, but if it's hard to start when cold, that's a good sign that it's running too lean. Sign number 2 that the pilot jet's too lean is it has a hanging idle. This is when you rev it up and you let off the throttle and it kind of hangs, it's slow to settle. So this means it's running too lean, it's trying to suck in more fuel, so the RPM just hangs there, and the leaner it is, generally, the longer it will hang. This can be really annoying when you're trying to slow down for a corner or coming to a stop and it keeps wanting to accelerate. Sign number 3 is a little bit harder to tell because it's similar to a rich symptom. So symptom number 3 is when the engine is wallowing at low RPM or idle. So it kind of sounds like wow, 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 instead of the rich symptom where it's kind of more like loading up, drowning. So it's a very minute difference, but it's another sign that you can tell when it's wallowing. That generally means it's too lean on the pilot. Sign number 4 that the pilot's too lean is when it bogs when you're trying to accelerate. So you give it gas, it sounds like you're hitting the kill switch until you either let off the throttle or it might get over it. That means it's running too lean. And to know for sure is if you whack the throttle even harder. So the faster you turn the throttle, the more it bogs. That's a good sign that it's too lean on the pilot because it's sucking in a lot of air but not enough fuel to properly ignite and burn the fuel mixture. So it's killing the engine until you let it off, or it might get over it, but usually if you whack it open full throttle, it's going to kill it. Sign number 5 that the pilot's too lean is when the throttle response at low RPM is a little more snappy and jerky. This is usually kind of the fine line of being too lean and just right. But if it's pretty jerky right off of idle, that's a good sign that it's probably a little bit too lean, but you're close on the jetting. If you have one or all of these signs, that means your pilot is too lean. But don't be afraid yet. Don't worry. Having the pilot jet too lean isn't going to blow it up, especially right away, because riding at a lower RPM, the engine isn't getting hot enough to melt the piston down. However, it will run hotter, and these symptoms are just more annoying to deal with when you're riding. But if you just jump to changing a pilot jet, you're going up a size or 2 sizes or whatever, you might be going too far on the tuning of it. There's actually one adjustment that you need to make before changing the pilot jet. You can actually tune and adjust this to know if your pilot jet is too big, too small, or just right, because it might be running too lean right now, but you might have the right pilot jet in there. You just need to tune this jet circuit, and that is the air screw. If you're new to carb tuning, you're like, what is that? It sounds like black magic, I don't know, whatever. Don't worry, it's super easy to understand. I got a video right here that explains what the air screw actually does. Check it out. I'm Kelly Fager from MX Hideout. Ride safe, have fun.